Hi everyone, it's Paul from PSproductions. Just wanted to go over some of the finer points of our new DSLR rig and point out some of the great features to you here. So first I'm going to focus in here on the shoulder pad. The shoulder pad is adjustable up and down, back and forth, in and out, moves in all different directions. It has two rods for the shoulder pad, so you can connect other gear to it if you need to. It's a 15mm standard rig. It's anodized black, and I just want to show you these connectors here real quick. They pull in or actually pull out. You can pop them out and adjust the head anywhere you need it to be. So if you need to keep torquing something around, you can tighten it down and then move it, back, or if you need to get one out of the way, they're real easy to move in and out and get in whatever position you need. So that's the one feature that we really like there. And one of the great things is the entire rig has that kind of setup to it. So you're going to see those style connectors on the entire rig. So the next part I'm going to move in on is going to be the two-tiered camera plate. Now, what I want to show you here is there's an upper deck and what I like to call a lower deck. The lower deck is for connecting to a tripod, which I've done right here. You can hook a quick release plate from a tripod into that lower deck and then very easily go from your tripod to your shoulder or back into a tripod if you need to, and that's a great feature. A lot of rigs you'll see you have to mount that plate up here and use different like cheese plates and different things to get that in there. That could be super annoying. So it was one of the things we designed was the lower deck plate. Now there is another option available. It's not included with this particular package, but you can get it. And I apologize, I'm talking really fast because I want to try and get this in, keep everyone's attention. The lower plate here, you'll see this hole. This is for a handle. There is a nice handle for this rig that comes out and around. So if you needed to do low shots, the one downer on it, gang, is when we designed it, we didn't realize that it wouldn't fit into one box. So the rig and everything you see on this auction is because it all fits into a large priority mail box. Now, if you want the handle, they are available. They will be available in our store, but it's going to be a separate item, and it's unfortunate because we have to ship it separately in a larger box. And unfortunately, it was one of the things that we hadn't considered when we designed this, was fitting it all into a large priority mailbox. But it is there if you want the handle. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to pay separate shipping for it from the rest of the rig. But the great thing is we can include, there are some extras and things that we can include and combine ship on. And I will point some of those things out. Now, the next thing you're going to see here is the follow focus. This follow focus is great. It's one of the new style follow focuses, and it has hard stops built into it. So if you're using a lens like I have on here, this is an 18-200 VR2 lens. It does not have like a prime lens, like many primes that have hard stops built into them. This lens can go beyond the infinity mark, that focal ring. I like to call them soft stops. It'll hit a stop point, you'll feel it, but you can keep going and go beyond it. And if you're using a follow focus, that will mess up any marked points you might have on your marking ring. So that can really be a pain. So the nice thing is these new design follow focuses have these adjustable plates in the back. So what you do simply is you go to where that stop is, and once you feel it hit, you can then move this plate, lock it into place, then you go to your other mark until you feel it hit that soft stop, which is right there on this one, and then I adjust that plate, lock that in, and now I don't ever have to worry about going beyond those soft stops, like I like to call them, and messing up my focal point. So great feature, is this new follow focus with the hard stops built into it. Now, next thing I'm going to move on to is going to be the handles. And the handles are ergonomic. They have a rubber coating, so they have a nice feel to them on the outside. They are what they call the magic handles, some companies call them. They're basically, it's a ball joint handle, and when you release this, you can adjust it and make some nice, like, just minor adjustments to it in just about any direction. You can turn it in, out, and just so you get that really great feel and get your rig set up just exactly the way you want it to be and the feel that you want it to have. And then, like, as you can see, I can reset these heads and just move them, and if I want it out of the way, I can just simply, you know, pick it up and move it out of the way. So that's a nice feature. Now I'm going to move on to the front and show you the included matte box. So it does include a DSLR matte box with some French flags here. And now, it's not the most fancy matte box in the world. You can go crazy buying matte boxes, okay? You can easily spend several $100s. I mean, you can spend more than an entire rig on a matte box. But here's a couple things to consider when you're shooting with the DSLR, right? One, you probably already have some great filters for your lenses. So if you have some great filters, you don't have to go get a real expensive matte box with filter slots that uses big 4x4 filters that cost a fortune, when you can buy just a regular filter for your lens already and just use a matte box that's going to just block extra light from getting into your camera. Now, one of the things that I like to do is sometimes I'll even use the lens shade in there too, just to give it a little bit more added protection. You don't have to. You can take that off and pop it off. These French flags can come off, so you can use just the small matte box that we give you there, or you can use any of the French flags that are on there. So that's included with the rig. So you got the great handles, the ergonomic handles, the adjustable matte box here that you see. You got the full rig with the pad, the upper and lower deck connections, and a follow focus. We also throw in 2 flex gears, and that's everything that's included with this auction. Now, what I want to do real quick is just show you a couple other things that you may want to consider. Now I'm at 7 minutes. I'm going to try and keep this to 10. So if I'm talking really fast, I apologize, guys. A couple other things that you see on this rig, they're not included with this auction, but you can get them through our store, are these articulating arms. These things are fantastic. They can connect 2 ways. They can go into a hot shoe, but if you remove this lower piece, it has 2 1/4-inch mounts. So we designed our handles, like you see here, the top of them have 1/4-inch holes in them, so you can put an articulating arm in there. And as you can see on this one, I have a monitor on this front articulating arm. Let me just kind of move over and show you the monitor. So as you can see, that monitor's there. If we go down to the arm, let me just back this out a little bit so you can see it a little better. You'll see I have that monitor connected up to that articulating arm. So it's just another great option of how to be able to adjust your rig. So see, I can take this monitor now and move this anywhere I need it to be. And these, if you have never worked with one of these articulating arms, these things are just fantastic, guys. I don't know, when I say it all the time, but I don't know how we ever worked without these things. And then once you do, what you do is you just, when you get it where you want it, you start tightening it down, and it just locks that whole arm into place, and that thing will not move. It just locks everything down real nice. So 7-inch and 11-inch. The 11-inch is $29.99 in our eBay store. The 7-inch, like you see on the microphone up top, is $24.99. I'll just show you that one real quick. Same type of thing here. It's just a little bit smaller, but you can use this for a microphone. You can use it for a light. And you know, it may seem excessive, but guys, there's a lot of times I do actually shoot with 3 articulating arms. Sometimes I have a LED light on here, and it gives me a great way to get the light up over the matte box. I have the microphone on one, and I have the monitor on one, so you can shoot up to 3 on there. Now, last thing I'm going to touch on real quick before I end this, and just move this out of the way here a little bit so you can see it, is I just want to show you our lens strap product, which is probably what we're best known for on eBay. And I'm going to zoom in here real quick. Our lens strap product is our product that we made for pull and focus or zoom. It's a fantastic product. It's releasable and reusable. It's a hard plastic strap that attaches to your lens, And nothing out there pulls a zoom like this, guys. It works great. The rod's made of 6061 aluminum. It has a beautiful narrowed end on it. It can be unscrewed and just taken off. And the whole strap goes on in just a second. It doesn't take long. It's got a release, so like I said, it's reusable. They come in 15-inch lengths, and you cut it down to the size you need. They store real easy. You can reverse this like this, connect this up, throw it in a pocket in your camera bag, and you are set to go. I do have guys out there that love these so much. Some of them like them more than the follow focus. I have guys that use these to pull focus and zoom. Some of them use 2 of them on their camera at one time. They use one to pull focus and one to pull zoom. So that's an option too. These are also available in our eBay store, and they come in all kinds of cool different options. We have solid black, which is probably the most popular. This is one of the new ones, which is my favorite. It's a 2-tone. We have red tip ones. We have solid black with red tips. You name it, they're available. And you'll see those in our eBay store. So that's pretty much all the features of the rig. I went over what's included, and I've showed you what the extra things are. Oh, one last thing. How much time we got? All right, I'm beyond 10 minutes. I'm down to 11, but I just want to show you this last thing. Another thing you might want to consider getting with your rig, I just want to point this out. It's not included with this auction, but they're very easy to get. They're not expensive. We do have them. You can get it through us in our eBay store, or you can, B&H Photo, or another seller on eBay can sell you. But it's a quick release plate. You may want to consider getting a quick release plate. This one, I believe, is a 50 millimeter quick release plate. But why is this important? Well, otherwise you're going to have to use the 1/4-inch thread screw to screw into your camera and attach it to this plate, which works fine. It's a great way to connect it, but it will be probably one of the first things that you'll want to add to your rig will be a quick release. I can just show you here real quick. I can unhook this, and let me just check here. Do I have that? Okay, yeah, it's not on here. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't have the hood on there, or otherwise it wouldn't come off. But I can unscrew this, hit the release, and I can now take my rig right out of there because of that quick release plate. And I don't have to worry about screws or anything. So if I had to change a battery, I could change a battery. If I had to change a lens, I could change the lens real quick and then get that right back in there without having to make, tons of changes. And if I'm still using the same lens and everything else, it will just mesh up real nice. And then I can just lock that down. And this is, the ones we use are a vice grip style, and they just hold really nice, and it just does a great job of getting right back in there and into place where you need it to be, and you're good to go. So that's it. That's the fine points of the PS Productions new rig. So I hope everyone enjoyed that, and I look forward to answering any questions. If you have any questions about the rig, feel free to email me, or if you have questions about lens straps, please check out our eBay store, and we really appreciate your positive and great feedback that we get from everyone. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great day, and go out and shoot some great video.